Hi everyone, welcome to the Weight Loss Diaries. I'm Denise. I'm normally your Saturday blogger, or I try to be on Saturdays. We don't really have designated days, but I have been so busy. It's a lot harder for me to make videos now that I have a baby and a crazy schedule than it's ever been before. So I want to get better about that, because without the day of the week to like ground me, I really just kind of don't really I'm not accountable to anything. As far as like a start and end time during my week, or not a start and end, but just a check-in point, I guess. And I haven't really been working a program or doing anything. I've been trying to get the sugar out of my diet, which has been completely futile. I am completely in this addiction hardcore, and I went to the doctor, I think it was a week and a half ago, and talked to him about it, because I told him maybe I need to see a counselor, maybe I need to, do something other than what I'm doing, because I'm not getting there. Like where I was before, I was watching some of my old videos, and literally I'm 14 pounds heavier today than I was the very first day I did my very first diaries video. The first one. From there to there, and that's 5 years. 5 years. And I'm 14 pounds heavier now. With all of this stress and all of this work and all of this research and all of my knowledge and everything that I've been trying to accomplish with my weight loss, I'm 14 pounds heavier. It's a struggle for me. It is a complete uphill battle. And I have good moments and bad moments, but in the end, I'm 14 pounds heavier. So that was kind of a wake-up call. And anyway, I talked to him, and he asked me a lot of questions, and he said, you're an addict, you're a food addict. I said, I know that already. I've known that for 5 years. I've known that for about 5 years. No, actually, it was June of 2009. I think we started the diaries more in January of 2009, or maybe a little earlier than that. It was in 2008. I think my first video was January 22nd, 2009. But I didn't really apply the knowledge that I had, and I didn't really have my head in the game until June. That's how long it took me to do the baby steps from getting the sugar out of my diet to getting to where I was strong enough to like really start having some weight loss. I mean, that's just a huge amount of time to like prep, I mean, not that that was bad. I had a huge success, but it didn't stick. The addiction always wins out. It's so much like an alcoholic or a smoker who tries to quit. You can't just have a nibble, then you want it all. And food is like that. It's like even the healthy food. If I have a little bit of avocado, it's like my cravings are triggered even with that healthy food to want nachos with, guacamole. I mean, that's the kind of struggle that it is. It's even the good food makes you want, the bad stuff with it. I mean, it's a constant thing to have to think about. I watched Helen's video this past week, and she talked about her Cambridge diet. And I have to say there's some brilliance in that, because you don't have to think about food at all. I was talking to my doctor about that because he was talking to me about fasting and getting all the toxins out of my body to try to get rid of the sugar addiction, to jumpstart it, I guess it really is helpful. And I was really questioning it, because doesn't your metabolism slow down? That's opposite of everything I've ever learned before. And I was thinking about it, and I don't know that really is very opposite. I mean, I don't know that I'm not sure that that's really bad, or a negative. No, I don't want to say bad, but has a negative thing to it, because if you think about it, our bodies put on weight to get us through fasting times. So why wouldn't it make sense that your body could handle that? That's what it was designed to do. I've never thought of it that way before, because you've got all this, new knowledge, current knowledge telling you, oh, your metabolism's going to slow down if you have a starvation diet. Starvation diet is way different than fasting, or not fasting, but cleansing, basically. Working with a set amount of nutrients, working with, clear foods, working with things that are not, none of the bad stuff, just not thinking about food for a while and just letting your body take care of what's stored on it. That is something that we're designed to do. So I started thinking about that, and I'm doing more research about at least maybe doing a cleanse to get rid of this sugar addiction, because I'm just having a really hard time with it, obviously. So that's where I'm at. My weight's up. I don't even remember what it was last time, but it's 267 as of today. And I think that's, where was I, 264 or 260? I don't know. Let me look. Let me see. I was 263.4 before, so that's a pretty big hike. I don't even know what that is. I suck at math. But anyway, it doesn't matter because it is what it is. Whether it's up or down or whatever, I'm not working a program. I'm not doing anything. I'm in an addiction right now, and I just hate it because it's depressing. When I looked at some of my older videos where I really had my head in the game, and I was so sure that I wasn't going to lose it because I felt so amazing and I had such a strong hold on it. And, then my mom died and I had a miscarriage and all that kind of stuff. And it is, that is big stuff to go through, I guess. And when you're only 6 months into a program, you rely on what your comfort thing is to I just needed to feel better. And that was it. That's all it took, and I was gone. If that's all it takes to abandon what you're trying to do, it's really hard. But that isn't a reason to give up. In fact, I refuse to give up. I just absolutely refuse to give up. I want this. I've wanted this ever since I became overweight. I need to do this for Liam. I need to have a handle on it so that he grows up healthy and he knows what good nutrition is. So far, knock on wood, so far I've been able to feed him very organically, very good foods, very healthy foods. He's good. He's got a really good, I've been breastfeeding him for the whole year, and still now I'm trying to break him of it, but he's got a really good head start. I just want, now that he's going to be eating off my plate and we're going to be ordering out and stuff, I want to be doing it right, me, because he's going to follow what I do regardless of what I put in front of him. So it's so important to me more now than ever, and that adds pressure. I'm feeling that pressure big time. I feel the pressure anyway. I'm not happy. I'm miserable. I feel awful all the time. Every little ache and pain, and all of it is because of the toxins in my body, because I'm overweight, because my joints hurt, all the things that go with that. It's mind-boggling to me that isn't enough to motivate me right there. It is enough to motivate you, but it's not enough to shake that addiction. It's like your pacifier or your security blanket, I guess. Even last night I was having a really stressful day. It turned out it was a beautiful morning, got off work, it was perfect, had the whole afternoon to be with Liam, and then we had this landlord-neighbor issue that we're dealing with, and that took up a bunch of my time, and then I needed to go run an errand that I wasn't expecting, and that took some time, which that was okay because I got to visit with Bree, but my stepdaughter. But and then after that, what happened after that? Something else happened that sucked up more of my time. Oh, I had to go to an appointment, impromptu, because I called to reschedule, and they're like, "Can you come in now?" I'm like, "Okay." Grab the baby, pack him up, and he was sleeping. He was so cranky, and the whole appointment, she's just blah, 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 and I'm like, I gotta go. Baby's freaking out. Can we wrap this up? I get home, and I'm just like, and this is what I do when I'm like that. I'm like, do we have any chocolate in the house? Do we have any candy in the house? Do we have any sugar in the house? And of course, I've been trying to get the sugar out, so the only thing I have is brown sugar that I've been putting in my coffee. So I'm asking my husband this, and he says, no, and I said, oh, great. So he comes over to me, and he's so sweet because he knows he's an addict too, and he knows. And he says, what do you want? And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, I want peanut M&Ms, and I want a soda, and I want, and he left to go get all that stuff, and I was just like, what is the matter with me? I'm trying so hard to get the sugar out of my diet, and I just redid it again, and this has been my pattern. This has been what's going on. I'm stronger than that, right? Come on. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating because part of me doesn't want to, because I want that. I'm addicted. I want my fix, and the other half of me is just pissed off at myself and mad at my addiction side of me going, what the hell is wrong with you, So that's where I'm at. I'm just frustrated. I'm struggling, and I'm doing yet again more research. And it's funny because the doctor said, really? He's all, you know more than most doctors. Why do you need to do more research? That's not the problem. The problem is applying it. The problem is abstinence. The problem is the addiction. You have to focus on it as that and do that. Well, I'm a book person and I'm a knowledge person. If I don't remember all the things I read about sugar addiction. I've got a book on it, and that's what catapulted me into this to begin with. If I don't remember all that stuff, I need to have it in my mind and have it empower me and have it fuel me again. So that's kind of my take on it, is I need to build myself back up again with why I want to do this and how, the best ways to do it, new ways to do it, because I need a little bit of an edge, because what I've done in the past is not exactly what I want to do now. Nutrition has changed, for one thing. Clean eating has changed. So what I used to do for clean eating is much different now. The cholesterol heart disease connection is a total myth. That's not the case anymore. I'm reading a book called The Great Cholesterol Myth. I recommend everybody in America read that book, because what we've been told about cholesterol and heart disease is such bullshit. And there's so much proof to that. And so there's a lot of things that have changed, and I have to know that stuff. I have to be up on that stuff, because otherwise I feel like I'm not doing the best that I can. It's just something it's just the way that I am. It's just what I like to do. And it motivates me and fuels me. So anyway, I have to go to work, and I still have to eat breakfast, and I have to leave in 10 minutes, so I gotta go. So that's it for me, and I will see you next week. Bye.